Hey everyone, it's Mona here at Klatch, and today we're going to do the last Halloween project of the season. It's going to be a brain. It's a brain candle holder, and I was able to do it in a day. Today's project is a brain candle holder, and I bought this mold at the Dollar Tree, and I bought this candle at the Dollar Tree too. It has a base, and it needs a battery, and this base is hollow. My intention is to embed the base into the brain and then be able to use it as a candle holder, and obviously this is hollow, so that's not going to work. So I have silly putty, the stuff that comes in an egg that we used to play with as kids, and I am stuffing it in here. I just want to prevent the plaster, because we're making this out of plaster, from filling up into the base to where then I can't insert the candle. So that's my solution, and I actually did one and put it in the freezer because I want the silly putty to be nice and cold. I don't want it to get warm and then while the plaster is curing, have it like ooze out. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, I'm using washi tape just so you can see it better instead of clear tape, and I'm just going to put it over the base. And I'm doing that just so that the silly putty won't ooze out. So this is my solution. We're going to do washi tape on there. And then I'm going to set it this way so it doesn't ooze out the bottom. And it can sit there and wait until we're ready for it. And I've heated up my hot glue gun, and I'm going to put hot glue around right here. I need a good amount, and to put it right here. Now that it's stuck on there, I can just set this aside and I can start mixing my plaster. Now, it's very important to mix your plaster according to the directions of the package. All plaster is a little bit different, so follow the directions on your package. Now we're going to pour this in. Once you have all your plaster in there, you want to tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. And we got a little mess here. I'm not too worried about it. You want to tap it to make sure you get all the bubbles coming to the surface, and then you want to just let it set. And how long it will take depends on what plaster you have. Here is our brain, and it has cured overnight. I don't know if you need to let it go overnight. It depends on your plaster and the temperature and all of that stuff. So I'm just going to move it around a little bit, see if I can't break that seal. Remember, I did glue it on top. Oh, that came out with no problem. We can see where the tape is, which is perfect. So I just want to carefully chisel around there. Here's our silly putty. We can pull that out. I feel like I'm doing brain surgery. So I think this worked out remarkably well. Once I have that cleaned out, I can stick the candle right in there, and look, it's perfect. And all you have to do is tighten the top, and it flickers and everything. So we want to clean the brain off, and now we get to finish it up, which is the fun part for me. I have it sitting up, raised up, just because it'll be easier to paint that way. And I have my paintbrush, and what I'm going to need is some white paint, and I'm just using acrylic paint, some red paint, and some not so pretty green paints. White is going to be the star of the show here because that's what we're going to need most of. We're going to need a little bit of red in there. You want to just mix it to get it into like a pink brainy color. Okay, that looks like the color of a healthy brain, and we don't want a healthy brain because it's sitting out on your table with a candle in it. So pick a green, and now take both of the colors onto your paintbrush, and you're going to want to just paint them on here. And if you think that's too sherbety pink or something, add a little brown. I don't happen to have the perfect brain color on hand, so I have to mix my own. So we'll add a little brown just to kind of take the fresh pink color tone out of there. And you can experiment with different colors. Don't be afraid to do that. You can add a touch of black. That'll bring it down too. There we go. That looks more like an unhealthy brain. Okay, take some of your green and work that in there too. And you want to get into all of the nooks and crannies of the brain. And you'll let it dry, and then we'll see how it looks. There's no reason you couldn't make like a brain that glows in the dark. You could do glow in the dark paint, and it could be some weird color. It could be purple, it could be black, it could be any color you really, really wanted it to be, and just get creative with it. And it doesn't just have to be for Halloween. If you happen to be two brain surgeons getting married, you could do this as like a wedding centerpiece. That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it? The first coat is dry, and I found this coral color in with my paints, and I thought, that's kind of a good color for this. So I'm taking some of that with some gray and some of that pink from before and green. So we're going to add that to it here and there. I'm almost using it as more of a highlight. I'm not getting it into all of the nooks and crannies. So keep working the brain, and making it look exactly like you want it to. I'm liking the addition of the coral. You still got the green, you still have some gray in there, some pink in there. Our candle looks a little stark white, so all I'm doing is with a little acrylic paint, I'm just painting some red on there, and it's going to be stuck in a brain. You would think that there would be some kind of something going on. Now we need to give our brain a little more attention, and I have hot glue. I'm going to just put some oozy hot glue down here. Once you have all of that on there, I'm going to take a little bit of green and red, and I'm going to start painting it. And now I'm just painting the hot glue. To finish up the candle holder, all I did was I put some red paint on my hands, and I grabbed the candle here and there, and I took the paintbrush and just put some other smears on there. And then I added the red, and then I added a little purple to the red just to make it darken spots. And then I just took the triple thick and put it over, not everywhere, but just to give it some glossy areas so the blood looked glossy and like the brain was still kind of wet. And all we have to do to turn it on is to twist our candle holder. And again, you could put a real candle in here too. If I turn off the lights, you can see it flickering. Again, you can also put a real candle in here. If you want to do a red candle and have it just kind of drip on down, you could do that as well. Be sure to let me know what you think of it in the comments below. It's a nice plaster piece. Just put it in a box or someplace safe. Bring it out every year, and this will be a classic. And you can have them lined up. You can have a bunch of them lined up too. So I hope you like the brain candle holder. This thing will last for years to come. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fun, safe, and spooky Halloween. Have fun trick-or-treating if that's what you're doing. Enjoy a little candy, but most of all, be safe. So I will definitely see you next time, you guys. Remember, life is too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye, guys. On to Thanksgiving.